We're actually seeing some really exciting things in the market this weekend so far, and hopefully this continues because XRP is prepping for its next big move. Now, the reason why we're seeing a little bit of sideways action in terms of XRP is because we actually had two of the largest days we have seen here in 2025, and I want to discuss that. But the great news is that XRP has entered this compression zone, potentially giving us some opportunity to make some of those gains either later today or even in the early part of the week. We're going to discuss all that and more in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So things are actually getting a little bit jumpy right now. It's about 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Again, we have a lot of day ahead of us, but U.S. money has woke up, started to move the market to the downside, but now it's flipped and started to move things upwards, which is a great sign. BTC just kind of consolidating around its range, is not really doing a whole lot, but Ethereum making these moves is really what causes some excitement in terms of altcoins. And yes, this is in fact something that can help XRP. Now, XRP is obviously sitting right on the edge of those highs that we were talking about from all the way back in January, and we're trying to just extend and make our way here. Now, the reason why we haven't made this extension yet is because, yes, we did actually have two of our largest days of 2025 in terms of exchange flows, and this was actually exchange inflows, something that we don't see terribly often in terms of XRP, but what we were seeing was in fact some profit taking. Not really a surprising thing. A lot of people obviously bought while XRP was on the dip. Some people are going to realize some of those profits, understand that that is a normal part of the charts. But for example, on the 18th, we actually had $115 million worth of XRP flowing into exchanges. And on the 16th, we had $116 million worth of XRP flowing into exchanges. The only day that we had higher here in 2025 was January 14th. Obviously, that was as XRP was on its pump surrounding the RLUSD launch news. But the good news about this is that even though that was a big inflow day, we still made extensions beyond that. Although the 16th, for example, was a big inflow day, we actually saw an extension beyond that. And now we're prepping for this next potential move to the upside. Again, something I want to point out is BTC dominance just continues to crater. We are actually on the verge of seeing BTC dominance below 61% for the first time since all the way back in the start of March. So this is a great sign for the crypto markets. Now, why I say we have the potential to make some of these moves heading into either later today or Monday is that, one, we're going to see a little bit of a volume boost. Right now, we're at about $140 billion in daily trading volume. This has been very consistent for the weekends now that the market has livened up just a little bit. And what we've actually seen is XRP fall into one of these compression zones. It's where we see very tight compression with both long and short leverage. Now, the good news is that we actually did get a bit of an overnight pop and some short leverage liquidations. You guys can see that taking place right here. And now XRP is chopping around, trying to get this extension. You guys can see this concentration of short leverage just above here. This is what we've dealt with many times recently in terms of XRP, and it's caused a lot of short squeezes. It's caused us to make some significant extensions. It was caused us to set a new all-time high in terms of XRP. Now, understand that we do have some downside leverage here as well. This is a lot of long interest, a lot of, again, when we look at interest in general, I mean, we're still sitting at all-time highs in terms of open interest, $11.12 billion in terms of XRP alone. And when we're looking at the crypto market here, we're talking about $207 billion in open interest. So that's a lot. And so what it's telling you is that a lot of people are betting right now. The shorts are very convinced that the market is going to drop back down, and the longs are very convinced that the market is going to keep making these extensions. The good news is that around the crypto space, we're seeing a lot of things fundamentally that are suggesting we have more upside ahead. And it's a question of, do we see a little bit more downside, a little bit more chop before we make these extensions? Again, I don't have a crystal ball, don't have the answer to everything, unfortunately, not from the future. So we'll just have to watch and wait and see how this all plays out. But the good news is that, even as we've had some of these bigger inflow days to exchanges, we've still had big outflow days as well, which shows that people are actively accumulating XRP. They're actively preparing for the future. For example, following that $116 million inflow day, we had a $105 million outflow day. Today's candle just started, so we'll obviously see how this progresses as the day moves on, but just wanted to share that with you guys. I appreciate it as always. We have some very, very fun and exciting times ahead in the crypto market. I think the back half of this year is going to be a lot more lively than it was in the first half. And I think we're going to be a lot happier with how prices are performing. So I appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.